What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Chemistry with Coach Jakes. This is going to be your go-to YouTube channel for all your chemistry needs. I'm going to take chemistry and we're going to make it easy. Now, one of the most important things and the first things you'll learn and use in chemistry is the periodic table. But for whatever reason, when people see the periodic table, they freak out. Oh my goodness, there's so many elements. What's going on? What are these things? Why are so many numbers? Listen, let me explain something to you. If you can use social media, all right, if you can navigate Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok and not get lost, then you can also use the periodic table with ease. It is literally the same thing over and over and over again. Let me explain. Let me give an example, right? So you're on Instagram. It doesn't matter whose profile you go to, whose page, whatever you go to on Instagram, you're going to get the same basic things no matter whose page you go to. Instagram, there are millions and millions and millions of users, right? Super crazy amount of people on Instagram, but the way the profiles are set up, the way the pages are set up are exactly the same. So if you click on one profile, you're gonna get a name, you're gonna get a picture, you're gonna probably get some about me information, right? And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of pictures there. If you are on Facebook, I know I'm old, so what? If you get on Facebook and you click on somebody's profile, you go to their page, you're gonna get the same information. You're gonna get their name, you're gonna get a picture of them. You're gonna probably get a story. You'll get where they're from, single, not single, married, all that information. But it doesn't matter whose profile you go to, the information that you get is the same, right? And so the periodic table is exactly the same. I'm actually going to share one of my favorite resources with you. It's a free website called ptable.com. It is an awesome way to see what's on the periodic table. So what you see right here is actually ptable.com. You look right here in the web browser, you can see ptable.com. It is an interactive periodic table. It gives you the basic stuff that you need to know about the periodic table, and it makes it tangible because if you click on each element, you can also get more information. You can get an opportunity to look at and see what each element looks like in real life. So I think it does a really good job of taking chemistry and a periodic table and bringing it to life. Now, let's talk about this. Each one of these boxes is an element. Each element is like its own Instagram page or Facebook page or Twitter account. Each box tells you the same information, just about different elements, right? So let's start right here at the first box. This is hydrogen, all right? The first element on the periodic table. It is the smallest, has the fewest number of protons, the smallest mass. Wait, coach, I hear you talking, but how do you know that stuff? It's easy. Look here, right here. The H tells me the symbol, right? That is the symbol. This right here is the name. What's his name? Hydrogen. Good job. What's hydrogen symbol? H. Good job. Now you see this small number right here, that 1. That is what we call the atomic number. All right, that is called the atomic number. And it's important when we talk about the atom. That tells me the number of protons. It also tells me a number of electrons in an atom if the atom is neutral. All right, but we'll talk about all that later. Now that number on the bottom, that long number, right, 1.008. All right, so think about it like this. When you step on the scale, right, when you go step on the scale to take your weight, you don't get your weight rounded. Your weight is 148.02 pounds, right, or 244.38 pounds. That number is your weight. All right, now I know weight and mass are not the same thing, but it's just an easy way for you to understand. So this number right here, that long number with the decimal, with the digits behind the decimal, that is what we call the atomic weight. That is the weight of the atom, okay? And it gives us two different types of information. If we're looking at the atom alone, then that is the weight, or excuse me, the mass rather, that is the mass of one atom, right? That number there is the mass of one atom. If I put the unit AMU behind it, I got to put AMU. That stands for atomic mass unit, all right? Now, if I have a group of the same type of atom. So if I have a group of atoms, we would call that a mole. All right, now in another video, I'm going to go into depth or more detail about what a mole is. I'm not talking about, like the little mole that comes out the ground, or like a mole that's on somebody's face. This mole stands for a number, but we're going to talk about that later. If I have a group of atoms and I want to know the mass, I take this same number, right? A mole of this stuff is 1.008 grams. So I can either look at this as one atom of hydrogen, or I can look at it as 1 mole of hydrogen. One atom, 1 mole. The number is the same. The only thing that changes is the unit, or the part of the number that tells us what we're measuring. Okay. Now, if you can understand that for this one element in this one box, then you can understand it for all of the elements, because they are all the same. They're just different profiles on Instagram, but you're gonna get the same information, right? So like, let's go way over here in this periodic table, this one right here. Okay. Now I would ask you, what element is this? You would tell me nitrogen. Good job. You can read. What is the symbol for nitrogen? You would tell me the symbol was N. Good. If I said the atomic number, right? Atomic number, how many protons does that atom have? You would tell me that there are 7 protons. What is nitrogen's mass? You would tell me 14.007 AMU or grams, depending on what we're talking about. Cool. That information is exactly the same no matter what element on the periodic table we are talking about. All right, we can go straight down here. Titanium. All right. Well, I guess I just told you the name. My bad. But what's the symbol though? If you said Ti, you're correct. All right. How many protons does it have? In other words, I'm asking, what is its atomic number? Yep, you would tell me 22. Good. And last but not least, what is its atomic mass, right? And you would say 47.867 grams. And that right there is the periodic table in a nutshell. There's a lot more we can do with the periodic table, but just for basics, let's just start you right there. All right, I'll drop another video that explains further what you can do and what information you can get out of the periodic table. It's just like social media. It's really easy. I promise you. Chemistry with Coach Jakes. Now, if this video helped you out in any way, if it made understanding the periodic table just a little bit better, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I got more content coming for you. We're going to do it Chemistry with Coach Jake style. Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your granny. I would say tell your kids, but by the time you have them, this will all be outdated. I have to make a new one, and I'll probably be bald with gray hair. But Chemistry with Coach Jakes, we rocking. Appreciate you for coming by. I'll see you soon. Peace.